Now, the Livewire.
People come to shows, and I'm just astounded. Like, there's so much to not leave home for. Why are, I'm just like, I'm so grateful that people come to shows.
Here's the Livewire with Branden.
Welcome to another episode of the Livewire, and this one's a real honor for me. I get to interview a childhood hero. I get to catch up with none other than VADEN Todd from the Toadies. He was literally calling in from the tour bus on release day of his brand new album, The Charmer. It's been 10 years since the last Toadies album. So just so stoked about this. We talked about the new music, life on the road, creativity after all these years, getting a chance to see him live out at Ozark Music Hall, and what it feels like putting out fresh material while still carrying that legacy of one of alternative rock's most iconic bands. So wherever you're listening from, crank it up and enjoy this special episode of The Livewire with VADEN Todd of the Toadies. VADEN Todd here from the Toadies. How's it going?
Oh, going all right. Waking up a little bit.
Just waking up? How does it feel? You have a brand new album out today. It's like Christmas Day.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Man, I want to congratulate you, man. 10 years. That's freaking awesome to get something out like that.
It was fantastic. We finally got to get in our ideal situation. We found ourselves doing our own thing. We self-financed the whole record. We didn't have a label. We just did it all in our own terms, and it was fantastic.
How does that feel, different from the past? Is there less pressure there?
It's just a different kind of pressure. I mean, it's been ages since we self-financed. We used to demo our own stuff and save money up from shows and go do demos, and then you got a label and you got another budget and you got other people doing things and running things, and that's fine if they stay in their lane. But in this case, we were like all hands on deck. I mean, we did a couple of tours and put money aside and went in with our dream music guy, Steve Albini, in his studio in Chicago, and we spent a month up there recording and overdubbing and telling fart jokes and having a great time. It's awesome.
Is it different writing? I've talked to a lot of artists, as they grow, and a lot of resurgence of, bands that played and were very popular, back in the day and now popular once again. And does the writing change? Does, what you write about and your perspective change?
Yeah, for this record, a lot has changed. A lot of that is based around my personal mental health journey and getting my act together as far as not, I don't want to put this lightly, but not trying to off myself every other day, So, it's a serious subject, and I talk about it on stage every night. And so a lot of that went into this record, and I wanted to do some discovery and really put that stuff down on tape. In the past, I wrote a lot of my songs, I would talk about personal experiences, but I would wrap them in a character or an absurd situation that so far removed from myself that you wouldn't be able to really connect the dots. In this case, I really want to hit it head on and broach the subject. And it turned out lockdown was the perfect time for dealing with all that stuff. So that's when I started tackling a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So a lot of writing, or just a lot of self-reflection then?
All of the above, and a few gummies here and there.
You always have balanced dark humor and tension with all these hooks. I have been DJing for way too long. I went to a show at First Ave in Minneapolis to see you in, I would say, 2001 maybe.
Sure.
And it was such a dream to watch you on stage playing all these songs. And, of course, everyone yelling back at you, "Do you want to die?" Over and over again. Maybe that was part of it, too. You have all your fans yelling, "Do you want to die?" at you all the time. Maybe that was part of it. But I'm going to tell you, it's a dream to see a new Toadies album out. For us old school fans, we haven't gone anywhere Vaden. So we're excited
Awesome.
to see some new music from you guys.
Well, old school is the term. I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with Steve Albini and his work, but he's the guy we wanted to work with 30 plus years ago, and we got signed, and it just hasn't worked out until now. And we finally got into the studio, and his whole jam is analog recording. And we went in. This whole thing is on tape. There's no computers involved. There's no sequencing, no effects, no digital. It's all analog, everything.
No AI, no AI involved.
Zero AI.
Zero AI.
So, I mean, if we wanted to change an arrangement, like there's a couple of songs that maybe that went like a couple of bars longer than I wanted to, cut those 2 bars out, and he would find the spot on the tape and cut it with razor blade and tape it, and that's what we got. And that's the way we did the first record and the second record, and it's a killer method of doing records. And I just don't know, now that he's gone, I'm not sure that how long that analog method will still last, but
Yeah.
it was really refreshing to get back to that, because with digital you have infinite choices and options, and it's just too much sometimes. And with analog, you have limited time, you have limited bandwidth on the tape, and get in there and get it right and get it done. And it's a different kind of mojo.
With Steve Albini, is there a certain album? You know, obviously he's super popular, but was there one album or an artist that he helped produce that you're like, dude, I've got to do this? I mean, obviously he's been doing that forever, but is there a certain artist or album that comes to mind?
For me, it was the first Pixies, Surfer Rosa, the first EP.
Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming.
Just the sound of it was so unlike anything at the time. It was like standing in a room with the band playing. It just sounds like that. And it's hard to describe. His drum sounds, his guitar sounds, it's really nuts.
Speaking of live, you know, you have the album out and now you get to go on the road. I was looking at some of these dates. You are all over the place, Vaden. There are dates. I mean, you guys, you know, you've been doing this for so many years. Is that difficult to travel that many dates?
Well, this is day 2, so no, it's a blast. Ask me in a month.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
No, it's different, but you know, we've learned over the years how to do it, and doing 10 shows in a row, that worked when I was in my early 30s, and it just doesn't. I just don't want to do that anymore. None of us want to do that, so we learned how to pace ourselves and how to still, you know, route the tours along with our booking agent who's been with us since day one. And, you know, we make it work. There's got to be certain times off. There's got to be days when the wives come out and see us. And, you know, it's just, you learn how to do it. Smarter, not harder, you know?
Yeah. Are you planning on doing the music video route? You know, it seems like everyone has to do that. Did you do any music videos for the new album?
Yeah, we're actually shooting one tomorrow live. It's like live, low stakes type stuff. We've done a couple of lyric videos. You know, I don't mind doing videos. I used to hate it, and I still am not super fond of it. But you know, it's just part of the gig. And if it comes up and we need to do one, then I'll show up and lip sync for a while.
You know, I've been a fan of yours for a long time. You had sort of a break with the Toadies for a while, and you had a side project called the Branden Brothers, correct?
Yeah.
And I am the shadow at your side. I am the shadow at your side. I am the shadow at your side. I am the shadow. Whoa, whoa.
And
Yeah.
and those were your brothers as well. Those are people that you've, you know, played music with forever, correct?
Yeah, just good buddies from DFW, and went out and made a couple of records and did some tours and had a ball.
Are there any Texas bands out there that maybe you've taken notice of recently? Like, are you still kind of in that scene, or is it sort of, you know, your own bubble now?
Unfortunately, I don't get out to go to shows a whole lot when I'm at home, because I've got a wife and dogs and television. You know, like honestly, people come to shows and I'm just astounded. Like there's so much to not leave home for. Why are, I'm just like, I'm so grateful that people come to shows.
I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, if I'm anywhere now, I'm like, this better be good,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm 60 now, so I'm like, I want a place to sit, damn it. So, anyway, no, we go out to shows occasionally, and we've got the Vandaliers on tour with us right now. They're playing the show that when we come to your town.
I stay out all night, shooting stars and hurting scars. Yeah, I'm guilty as charged. I'm spending my life behind bars.
And they're just kick-ass. They're a lot of fun. Super fun to watch and listen to, and
yeah. You'd also become friends with the bands that you go on tour with. I know this because I've seen you all in town before, as you've made fun of the bands on stage or taken over the PA. You do all sorts of tricks and fun things. Are you still, you said you're 60. Are you still doing this to the other bands?
A little bit.
I have no doubt that you're still in their heads somewhere.
Yeah, we try to have a little fun here and there.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're excited about the show coming up to Ozark Music Hall, and we've been giving away tickets here left and right, and we have so many fans. Again, I've been on air here for, oh my gosh, almost 25 years. We've been rocking the Toadies almost every day of my life, and
Awesome.
The career of the radio. So appreciative of you guys, and so really proud that you guys are on tour just doing it still.
I appreciate that, and I hope people come out and watch the show. We will be playing a good chunk of the new record, The Charmer, but we also, as a music fan, when I go see a band and they play all new stuff, it's kind of a bummer because I can't sing along with it yet,
Yeah.
So I get that, and so we will play a good chunk of the new record, but we'll be playing a ton of Rubberneck, a ton of pretty much a good cutoff of all of our records, a good chunk of all of our records. So it's a nice long set, and our aim is to make people glad they came.
And we will be. I have never been disappointed. Literally worth getting off my couch for, VADEN TODD.
I'm going to put that's my new pull quote. Worth getting off the couch for.
Worth getting off the couch for. The new album's called The Charmer. There's a new single called Damage. That's what we're going to leave you with. And we will see you live. The Toadies will be live on Tuesday, May 5th. Out there at Ozark Music Hall. Get your tickets at ozarkmusichall.com. We have more chances to win, to get on our guest list. Man, wishing you luck on the rest of the tour, and we'll see you out there on Tuesday.
Hey, thanks, man. We'll see you soon.
Showtime, we can get it right on. She said, I've been feeling kinda lonely, so I told her that I only really wanna make her happy. Then we both started laughing at the thought of being happy, 'cause the damage is done. Damage, damage, damage is done. Let's go out to the riverside showtime. We can get it with our good